Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Welcome to Movie Memory Machine 5-4, the miniseries where we are talking about 5 films thematically related to the film we're talking about on the main feed. Today, we're talking about The Road to Wellville. I am your host, Landon Solano, joined always by my co-host, Truman Capps. Truman, it's good to see you.
Landon, it's good to be seen. I feel like 5 movies that are sort of about the same stuff as The Road to Wellville might be just what the doctor ordered.
Okay. You might be regretting those words the more we go through this, but
I regret most of the things I say on here.
Shall we get on with the first film?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, don't make me say French. La Grande Bouffe?
Le Grand Buffet.
Buffet. I've never heard of this. What the fuck is this?
This is a French film, directed
really?
by an Italian.
Oh. What a combination.
Actually, it might be an Italian film starring a bunch of French people.
Okay.
I honestly, I saw this movie once, and it so revolted me that I have forgotten a lot of the details, to be perfectly honest with you.
But not afraid to put it out there for the rest of you. Okay, tell me about this Grande Bouffe.
I think you only need to read that one-sentence synopsis to really get a sense of what this movie's like.
4 friends gather at a villa with the intention of eating themselves to death. Oh, so these French/Italians saw that, like, the first victim in the movie Seven, and were like, we want to do that to us.
Kind of. Yes. This movie is like a genre of film that is very popular, actually, here in America. Your Las Vegases, your like old friends coming together for one last weekend sort of vibes. Your 80s for Brady's.
Yeah.
With the twist that they've all made this pact, the suicide pact, to go out in like a grand blaze of hedonism. And so they are just morning to night making meal after meal, and like pizza and meat and turkey and just everything, cakes. The food never stops, and it's just throughout the whole film. There's they start bringing in sex workers at one point. I think one guy has sex with one of the sex workers on a cake. Like, it's just the kind of it veers from like the austere to the regressionism in a way that I think is very closely tied to some of the things The Road to Wellville is doing.
Yeah, well, and there's no more enjoyable experience in life than eating a huge meal and then immediately having sex. Listeners, we all love it. It's so great. Wow, yeah, I mean, if I was engaging in hedonism, I would simply pick one or the other. So, and is it like are these guys like, does this movie go deeper into their life as to why they've decided to do this?
Yes. Yep. It does. It goes into, I mean, to its credit, it goes to all the places. Like, it sets its goals and it goes there.
Okay.
It's just, this is what I was talking about on the main show. I just don't want to engage with this kind of story. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it existing and doing well for itself, but it has icon Marcello Mastroianni in it, which is a strange choice for him, to be honest. But then again, this is coming from a guy who also did a movie called A Very Pregnant Man. So for all of his Cannes appearances, he has some weird ones. This is one of those.
Well, the movie was later remade as Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, well, I'm not going to watch this, but let's go to the next one, and maybe I will.
All right, here we go.
Oh, the Decameron. Well, you referenced this before, and I have no idea what this is. You're serving me a lot of very European movies from the 70s.
This is your health food, Truman.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to eat as much of it as those guys in the last movie were. What's the Decameron?
This is a Pasolini film. This is one of the films from the trilogy of life. He did Canterbury Tales. He did the Decameron. Struggling to remember what the third one was at the moment. I'll get there if I think about it long enough, but I'm not going to force y'all to sit through that. Basically, This is just like a look at the life of people in the Middle Ages, where it's kind of rich barons, and you get the hands coming on to help, and like there's a lot of frolicking where the help woos the daughter of the baron or the king, and lots of rolls in the hay, and he also likes his poop jokes.
Okay.
I think I might have meant to choose a different one. I can't remember if it's the Decameron or the Canterbury Tales, or the third one that I can't remember. Where
the Canterbury Tales has some top-notch farting in it, so that I can tell you.
Okay, maybe it was the Canterbury Tales, where it ends with a gigantic, like, Sir Mix-a-Lot butt mountain, and all of the characters shooting out of its anus into a pool. So, like, yeah, he goes for it. It's weird. He does some weird stuff. This is the guy who made Salo.
Okay, and you're just for the record, you don't mean that's actually Sir Mix-a-Lot's butt. That's just a butt of the scale that would please Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And that has appeared in his music video.
Sure. Okay. Just had to clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Decameron. I am mildly intrigued, but let's get the actual details on whether the farting is in this movie or a different movie.
All right. Well, whatever it is, I love Pasolini, although I have not seen Salo, so I'll earmark that. But let's keep moving.
All right. What's next? Oh, The Master. Okay, now what you're saying is in my wheelhouse, a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. This is about, I guess it's the cultiness aspect and kind of one intense figure kind of getting a bunch of people under his sway and what that looks like.
Yes, keep going.
Let's see. I mean, there's well, there's not really. I guess there's not a lot of shitting and farting, but there is coming in this.
True.
Boy, I hope listeners to this listen to our first episode in which I explained the background for that very vulgar series of words. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, so this movie is probably one of the grosser of the Paul Thomas Anderson movies in just like how disgusting Joaquin Phoenix's character is.
Well, they don't all have to be disgusting. That's not the only theme.
Well, okay, well, talk to me about your themes then. I'm just taking shots in the dark here, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's a sound I made.
Great noises. This is awesome.
And speaking of which, I think that Road to Wellville would have been improved had Anthony Hopkins' rendition of John Harvey Kelly just burst into song randomly at some moment.
Yeah, instead of everyone in the hall bursting into song, if it's just him looking at him in his office and singing about getting him on a slow boat to China.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if Philip Seymour Hoffman, God rest his soul, made eye contact with you and just started singing? I would die, man. I would die of joy.
Yeah, I think that's the appropriate response. I don't think you'd have a choice.
He'd make eye contact with me and he'd just start singing Love Shack by the B-52s. I would...
Yeah.
Folks, that's the thing that happens in The Master. That's why we're talking about it.
Not the Love Shack part.
No, he sings Slow Boat to China. But you know what? If that's what it takes to get you to watch The Master, assume that it's Love Shack and then be disappointed at the end.
There you go.
It's the cultishness, basically, is what ties
this
in.
and the kind of vibes, same. Well, I mean, this is just after World War II, but like, there's a certain like, I don't know, upper crustness to his clientele to a degree.
It is a movie about kind of upper class people in a period of transition in the country trying to kind of make sense of who they are and trying to solve their problems with something that is not really based in any science or observable fact.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on to our fourth film.
Amarcord. God damn it, this is so European, Landon. A Fellini movie.
It's not my fault. Alan Parker did it.
Well, okay, but yeah, you chose it, though. Okay, tell me about Amarcord, yet another movie that I'm told I should see.
Yeah, this is a Fellini film, our third Italian film on today's 5-4. So it's not even European; it's just Italian.
Yeah,
Amarcord feels like it bursts through the vibes that Road to Wellville is trying for in a weird way. Maybe it's not even really trying, but like Fellini loves the people. He loves like just the feeling in the street, the grit, the mud, everything that comes with it. But he finds joy in the interconnectedness between everybody. Just like a weird kind of circus community. Like humanity as vaudevillians is kind of Fellini's vibe. And so while this kind of takes place roughly, like the setting wise kind of has similar vibes to Road to Wellville, but it's more like the community, the communal aspect of it that I think really connects these two together.
And is this also taking a lot of different stories about a lot of different people who all just kind of happen to be in the same place at the same time?
Yep, and some of them are very horny.
Ooh, okay. Wait, you're saying an Italian in the 70s made a movie in which sex plays a major role? I don't know, Landon.
Yes. But, you know, it also has to do with fascism and you know, how you deal with that. So
wait, you're telling me that an Italian person in the 70s had big feelings about fascism? I don't know, Landon.
Which, you know, it's not in the Road to Wellville, but like if you told me there were like ghost flavors of fascism in it, I would squint real hard and maybe pretend to believe there were something to it.
You have to like try so hard to give that movie any kind of depth. Sure. If you do the magic painting thing where you unfocus your eyes and let the third 3D image come out.
Yes, but there is that like that aspect of like there's something I'm missing with this movie, and if you told me that's what it was, I would watch it and go, okay, all right, I don't see it, but I believe you. That's what I would do.
Okay, that's what I'll hold you to that.
All right, should we go on to our last film?
Yeah, let's finish this thing out.
I was so tempted to put The Idiots by Lars von Trier on here, and I opted not to at the last second because I'm like, you know what? No. We need some Peter Greenaway on here.
Okay, so... Oh, The Draughtsman's Contract, a movie I've seen, even though it is quite European. This movie... I saw this in college, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And now that I'm more of a Barry Lyndon type guy, I kind of feel like this movie might really work for me now. I need to come back to it.
I definitely think that is true.
Talk to me about why you picked it.
You talk to me a little bit. I've been talking a lot.
Well, it's a podcast. I've been talking a lot, too. This is a movie that is sort of a weird mystery set in, like, the 14th or 15th century at, like, an English estate, and the royals there have hired a draftsman, which is a guy who draws pictures, to come out and draw a bunch of pictures of the property, and then he dies, but there's also a dinner party going on. And there's a weird guy who, like, looks like a statue, is like a human statue, who is, like, periodically in the background of scenes and, like, nobody notices him. It is
nude all the time.
Yeah, very naked. Butts. There you go. That's what ties this together. But, so I guess in the sense that this is a movie about a bunch of people at a location, boy, that describes every movie, doesn't it? But it's very centered around one place and a lot of different people from different walks of life who are all trying to, like, get their shit done there.
Yeah, and there's a vein of horniness to this movie too.
I do not remember the horniness. I mainly remember the living statue guy.
Yeah, there's like that's part of the mystery, I think, is that there's it's the draftsman is commissioned by the wife, and there's this like vibe between them, and so when he ends up dead, it's like, and it doesn't lean like too Murder, She Wrote into the mystery. It's just kind of something that envelops the film in a weird way. But yeah, people end up dead halfway through. There's a little bit of horniness. People are gathered together in a location, as you said.
That's great. I nailed it. I really described the entire film.
It's more the textures of the cinematography, the general vibes of the film, the tone are somewhat similar. Obviously, Peter Greenaway is a master at it, and if you want to see it done well and right, watch any of his films.
Yeah. I think one of the other problems is that the copy of this that I watched when I was in college was really bad. It looked like shit. I could barely see anything. Like I need a nice crisp 4K. Yeah. Honestly, seeing less of The Road to Wellville maybe would have made me like the movie better. Who can say?
Well, those are 5 films for The Road to Wellville. I guess we will see you here for the next film that we have. For Truman Caps, I have been Landon Solano.
And for Landon Solano, I've been Truman Caps. See you later.
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit moviememorymachine.com.